Hey guys, how's it going? It's Al. DraftKings Week 1 is 1 day away. We kick off tomorrow freaking morning on the main slate. I'm going to talk to you about some NFL DFS sleepers. My 5 under 5. Players who are going to be less than 5% played in large field tournaments. And I think that these guys have a chance to make a big splash. They may not have a really high floor. They're not players that I would want to play in a head-to-head or a 50-50 game, but I can get some leverage on the field with these cats. And maybe shoot way up the tournament chart, and I hope that it helps you out. It's a brand new video that we're doing every single Saturday on the channel. If you're new, thank you for finding the channel. I appreciate you being here. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell, and become a part of the Noti Gang so that you can get notified anytime that I come out with content. And there will be new content on this channel 7 days a week during NFL season. I asked, can I do 8 days a week? They said, no, Al, we only have 7 days. I said, I'm a little upset by that, but fine. So here we are. This is the new Saturday content. My 5 under 5. Let's go.
He's a legend.
Hey guys, welcome to it. Before I get going on my top 5 under 5, I want to let you know that we do have a listener league now that I think that you should jump in. It's a fantastic league. It is a $5 entry fee, 3 max. You can only enter 3 lineups in it. $20,000 prize pool and absolutely no rake. You can't do better than a no rake tournament against all the other members here of the Smiz Gang. If you wanted to get to know some of them better, jump into our Discord. Click show more on the description right below the screen. You'll find a link to the charity fundraiser that we're doing, trying to raise $25,000 this season for No Kid Hungry. And if you wanted to get access to any one of the great products that I use and we have partnered with here on the stream, Establish the Run, Fantasy Labs, Rotogrinders, Daily Roto, or take advantage of that free RotoWire 10-day subscription that's only going to last until next week, guys. So this is about to run out. So go sign up for that 10-day free trial on RotoWire. You got to do it. It's free, guys. Like there's no two ways about it. Go check out and help out the people that support the channel and support the stream. And let's get to the 5. Number 1 is the cover boy, RAHEEM MOSTERT. Nobody's going to play this dude. We know that he has massive big playability. We know that the 49ers are a team that is favored. He is going to get the ball when they get inside the 5-yard line. They want to establish the run and play defense and establish the run and just dictate the pace and not let Jimmy G throw it 45 times in a game. So feeding MOSTERT, even if he gets 65% of the carries in week 1, and we did see him get last year in the games that he was healthy for, a little bit more usage in the passing game. And if you get this guy the ball in space, he definitely has massive big playability with at least a double-digit gain on the ground in every single game that he played last year, including a 76-yard touchdown through the air in week 1 against Arizona. One of the fastest backs in the league, priced at $5,800, and against that Detroit defense, where, look, if we take a look over at the Fantasy Labs game totals here, San Francisco has an implied total of 26.5 points. Like 3.5 touchdowns expected. They're not all going to come through the air. I mean, if you think that they're going to score 3-4 touchdowns passing, then you should probably be stacking Jimmy G with 2 of his pass catchers and rake in all the benefits of that sweet Jimmy G passing greatness that we've always seen in fantasy. That's not really a thing. So RAHEEM MOSTERT should be a thing, but because of the way that pricing is in week 1, it's just not. So this leads me to a guy who, while he has a lower floor, probably not going to get 25 touches in a game. Yes, there is a back behind him, the rookie Sermon, who is going to get like 30-40% of the snaps and touches at running back. MOSTERT is the lead dog right now against a vastly overmatched defense and a lot of offensive fireworks expected from the 49ers. Some of them should come on the ground via MOSTERT. Under 5% is just too low with the possible ceiling that he holds. Odell Beckham Jr. projects currently, no matter which site you're using for projections, at under 5% in the Millie Maker on Sunday. Cleveland is in a game with a total above 50 here this week. If we scroll down to where Kansas City is, right here, 24 is their total, game total of 54.5. Cleveland underdogs and on the road by 6.5. So positive game script likely on the way here for Odell Beckham in the Browns passing game. 5,400 puts you in a spot where week 1 is a pay up or pay all the way down week, especially at wide receiver. You're going to go after the guys like Diggs and Adams or Tyreek Hill. You're going to look for all of the 74 value plays that are under 4K. So Odell Beckham Jr. falls in this spot where nobody's playing them. And you can either get access to him for tournaments. You don't have to play him as a one-off, right? I'm not suggesting playing him as a one-off. But if you're including him in a stack, along with whether it's a Baker stack with Odell Beckham and another player from another pass catcher from the Browns, Landry or Hooper or whatever, or you're using him as your bring back player for a Kansas City stack, it makes a ton of sense. And not a lot of people are going to be on him. He's not going to be heavily trafficked. And we know what he can do historically. He seems to be back from the preseason and preseason practices. He looks like the old Odell Beckham Jr. And nobody's going to play him in week 1. Jamar Chase is somebody else who people are running from. You cannot get people to want to play this kid. 1 month ago when salaries came out, I thought that he was going to be one of the chalk plays. And he had a really bad preseason. He dropped a lot of passes. It became a thing. It's now become a thing in the media where sites are writing articles and tweeting out the article. Jamar Chase says why he's and he's replying to these on Twitter. So people are like, I'm going to wait and see on Jamar Chase. But like, this might be a spot where you can get in at under 5% in tournaments and capture all of that prospect upside. Remember last year when Justin Jefferson was having a lot of problems on the Minnesota Vikings? Of course you don't, because you remember the latest thing that happened. The latest thing that happened was he had this amazing rookie year. Well, go look back at his game logs from weeks 1 and 2. He didn't have a great time in those weeks. And it was like, well, maybe we're just going to play him in the slot. We're not really going to play him outside. He's not getting a lot of snaps through the first couple of weeks and wasn't getting a lot of targets through the first couple of weeks. And then all of a sudden, he was the best rookie wide receiver ever in terms of, yardage and catches and everything else. When the talent catches up and they get over that little hump, these guys are going to make it happen, and they're going to make it happen quickly. And if Jamar Chase is going to be under 5% in a game that we really wanted to play as a part of a stack or a bring back, T. Higgins going to catch way more traffic than Jamar Chase. And I think that a lot of the Chase percentage of people that were going to play him has moved on to Boyd. He makes for a secondary stack play where you can get off the Higgins chalk or away from Boyd, or you can play him in a double stack with Burrow. On the other side, oh, look, the recently mentioned Justin Jefferson, who in weeks 1 and 2 last year, as I said, got 6 total targets. Oh, yeah, I forgot that, Al. And then he started tearing everybody apart. He's going to be under 5% this week. Just based on the way that it looks, he's not going to be played as a one-off. He's not popping in any models as a cash game value. Like if we look at who the wide receivers are this week in that price range, Adams at 8,300, Tyreek Hill at 8,200, Calvin Ridley at 7,900, going to catch a high percentage. Hopkins at 7,800, Steph Diggs at 7,600, probably the best projecting wide receiver on multiple different projection systems, which kind of leaves Jefferson in this spot where he's priced in a position where nobody kind of wants to play him because they're all attracted to these other things in the same price range. So you can get different while spending the same amount of money and paying down, allowing you for that maybe secondary stack with a Chase and Jefferson stack to get completely different from the field. If one of them is going to be under 5%, then you can get a little bit different. When both of them are going to be under 5%, that combination of plays, like we talked about in the lineup builder show, is going to be held by an even smaller percentage of the population. So if you can do that, you can get way different and have two players with exceptional talent, massive opportunity, and a matchup in a game that if things go the right way, it could shoot out. We were not expecting the Thursday night game to shoot out because of how good Tampa Bay's defense was, right? And then Dallas just seemed to be able to move the ball because offensively they had an awful lot of talent. Well, the trepidation here with Cincinnati is that, well, look, their offensive line isn't great, and Burrow hasn't looked totally comfortable in the preseason. Jamar Chase has been dropping the ball a little bit, and we're making all these narrative-based arguments about why Cincinnati isn't going to be a high-volume passing offense that has potentially explosive weapons at every single spot. And Minnesota's good defense, and they want to run the ball. And what if they get a lead? But like, what if it turns out like Tampa Bay and Dallas, where Dallas was 8.5 point underdogs and they were winning with 1 minute and 45 seconds left in that game? Not saying that that's going to happen, but if it does happen in a similar manner, and there are 50 to 60 points scored total in this Vikings-Bengals game, Jefferson and Jamar Chase could certainly thrive and pop for you as a tournament secondary stack. It wouldn't be one of my videos if I did not mention Logan Thomas. I had him on this list of top 5 under 5 yesterday night before the Curtis Samuel news that he was placed on the IR and going to miss the first 3 weeks of the season. Understanding the type of volume that Logan Thomas saw down the stretch and coupling that with where the traffic's going to be at tight end. Everybody and their mom is going to be on Kyle Pitts this weekend. Right? Highly played player this weekend in tournaments. Going to be the cash game option. Everybody's going to go this way. If they have 4,600 or below in their tournament lineup at tight end, they go, I'm just going to play Pitts, which is leaving Logan Thomas underclicked. Projects to be sub 5% in tournaments. You can't tell me that volume-wise, he is going to do any worse than Pitts will. Pitts is just the shiny new toy. It's not like the Chargers have been the best defense in the world. It's not as though Logan Thomas doesn't run the most snaps per quarterback drop back in the league. It's not like he doesn't have improved quarterback play. It's not like he isn't missing another player that's going to boost his target market share. And he is the biggest target that they have when they get in close on the outside. Logan Thomas, sub 5% this week, is a tremendous leverage play off of all the other tight end chalk that's out there. Give me him at sub 5%, and especially he's at a very similar price point to Kyle Pitts, which means that you don't have to change your lineup very much, if at all, to get to him. Those are my 5 under 5. I hope that you like the video. Maybe one of these guys smashes, but the likelihood is that they won't. So please don't come back to me in the replies and say, you said this guy was going to be great. These are underplayed players this weekend for a reason. We're trying to get some leverage. The likelihood is that they're not going to snap off, but in the case that they do, it puts you in a very great position if you overweight the field in your allocations to really take down one of the big ones. So I wish you luck on Sunday. Tune into the Anti-Tinkercast on Twitch. There's a link down below in the description. 45 minutes before lock, I will be live answering questions on twitch.tv/Al_smizzle. So until kickoff, I wish you the best of luck. I'll see you guys later.
He's a legend.